Last time I ranted on for ages about my past. This time, we're going to do some mining in this abandoned mine shaft directly under me. Hopefully, I've been spawning cave spiders, because that would be funny. Uh, I didn't leave the dogs at this village. I left them like somewhere way over there. I know that because I watched part of the previous video. Recording everything means that I actually have video proof of what has happened. Now, what we're going to do real quick. Well, I mean, I can't actually really go mining, can I? Because if I go mining, I'm going to end up with a full inventory, because I already have a full inventory. Oh my god, he's bigger than a horse. Okay, there he goes. Now, you can't get out of that zone. There you go, just sit down, pal. You know what? We'll place a chest here. And we'll determine what is valuable to us in the moment later when we return. You'll guard over our stuff. I'll give you a name because you earned one when I think of one. Things I won't need. These, that. Gold, you might as well keep. The blast furnace is important. This stuff. The bones, sandstone. We have enough blocks. More string. This saddle. The meats. This stuff. The obsidian. Wood planks might as well keep. Iron, there should be plenty of underground. And just so I don't forget, I screenshot it, but I mean, there will be a video. So I don't really need to screenshot it, but you know. Last time I had a good time reminiscing about my past. This time I'm not going to reminisce about my past. Been there, done that. Well, no, apparently that's all I do, so I might end up doing it anyways. I'll grab some more string because it's easier to get it here than through dealing with spiders. I also do see some gold down there at the bottom of this underwater ravine, but man, this was a thrilling abandoned mine shaft. I'm glad I explored it thoroughly. How deep underwater can I get before I start drowning? Down to... Oh, I can get all the way to the bottom. Right, bet. Gold mine. Alright. Reminiscing about the past. Again. What other stories do I have to tell? I mean, there's more mine shaft over there to the left, I think. I mean, I don't know. I like telling stories. I like the physical act of telling them. It's fun to me. Reminiscing on the things that I've done in my past. Because even the mundane becomes, you know, a little more interesting when a nice story is told. I play Dungeons and Dragons, which you probably can assume tracks with a storyteller. I'm the dungeon master. I'm telling quite a nice story, I think. My players seem to agree. Ah, there's a way down there. Finally. Magic goose. Oh, I hear that in my left ear. I think. Unless it was the sound of the sand crumbling. Oh, there's a skeleton up ahead to my left. Man, my shaft. It's actually quite secure because you can always just put blocks. Assuming I left any on my hotbar, you can always just put blocks in the way to cut off a region much sooner. Okay, it's a regular spider. Ah, but now the spider is free to attack. Even melee mobs do have melee swing times and animations. So you can use the shield against melee mobs all the same. I play Dungeons and Dragons, have some players, we're having fun. I am unapologetically evil at times, but that's fine. Right now we're having a nice, fun little gallivanting situation where they have a person who is clearly manipulative, and they can't tell whether he's telling the truth or not. And they've been theorizing about who this goon is. The spiders are through this wall. I feel like it could be a cave spider spawner right around this corner. No! A regular spider spawner! That's hilarious. I mean, I'm going to break because I'm not like settling down in this area. The fact that I saw that the sun was going down when I was near about, and this is a surface level abandoned mine shaft that I'd like to be able to leave at any point. That's hilarious. A regular spider spawner. Spiders can get scary when they get stuck. Name tag. We're able to name that dude of ours. That's hilarious. A regular spider spawner spawned in the middle of the abandoned mine shaft instead of a cave spider. I think that's comedy. Just pure, and also only one chest. I didn't need anything else. Give me the name tag that I wanted. Oh, I hear you. The clattering of bone. Just to my left, but better not be unconscious on my right. I remember a long time ago I saw the... Oh, that's pretty neat. 2 minecart chests at the end of this. That'll cause a collapse. Anything fun? A little bit of iron. We don't really need that bread. I guess we could take the torches. Iron pickaxe is nice as well. I have no clue what glow berries are good for. Absolutely nothing. Nothing really good in those chests, but that's okay. There's another chest right here. There you are. I dispute. Okay! Shield is gone. Just. Thorns 1. I feel like that won't be as valuable as you think it is, game. Okay. Shield broke and we took a little bit of damage. We can recover from this. It's not too big a deal. I'll wait till you eat that golden apple until, you know, I sense a reason to. There's no exposed gold, which apparently is supposed to be a thing that is within abandoned mine shaft, so. Oh well. We need a new shield. It might be a wise idea to get... No, they take up so much inventory space. Not going to bother. I also have no clue where the dogs are, so we're just going to abandon those. As, you know, I've become a terrible person. Abandoning my loyal companions who fought fiercely and saved my life. Why? Because I have no clue where they are. To conserve inventory space, I'll definitely just end up smelting this gold. And we'll make another golden apple. Because it'll stack with my first one. I'm not sure what villager trades are good nowadays. Well, I mean, I'm sure good villager trades are all just subjective anyways, but, you know. Alright. Inventory's a little cluttered. We grab the gold, make another golden apple. That stacks. The gold will continue to stack with what we have. And I will be keeping that blast furnace, which is I need to get rid of something. Because this gold stacks there. 21 extra lapis is gone. Lapis isn't the rarest underground resource, and it isn't used in abundance. You use it while enchanting, which is still a bit of a ways away. Though, if I want to be able to stash my resources, which, again, this is a survival. I'm not just trying to end the game. If I were, I'd be doing a terrible job of it so far. But, you know, I'm trying to have fun with it. Survival, multiplayer, or survival single player, as it were. He's so slow, but he's so cool. And, you know, I wonder how his swimming is. Wait, but I can't just spam spacebar to keep him above water. I'll just make sure to be able to jump this gap with his dash attack. There we go. He has a slight upwards when you dash. I completely lost my train of thought. I have no clue about current villager trades. I have no clue. It is possible that there is just a golden apple trade that exists. But I don't know anything about it. Nothing up here. Dead bush is cool. Apparently you can just shears those, I think. I thought you needed to silk touch them in the past, but hey. The past is past. The present is now. That's a Xenoblade Chronicles 3 quote. I like the color of this bed. I will take it for my own. The desert is actually a pretty dangerous environment to just be roaming around in. I just didn't think about it before. Map. I bet that you could probably give me maps to like villages or treasures and stuff. But as far as I'm concerned, you supply me with nothing. A bell. Man, looking at that bell just reminds me of the good old days of Technoblade ringing the bell for subscribers. It's so unfortunate what happened to him. He was truly a genuinely like great YouTuber to watch, too. He seemed to be a good person and everything. It's an unfortunate situation overall. I'm just going to check the trades real quick. I'm not going to kill the iron golem. I'm sure it's not that difficult to do, but it's too difficult for me. Well, I mean, let's get a move on. I will need to settle down because it is, you know, a survival world. I'll need a place to store my junk. And I collect junk because I want to be able to play the game. I'll try to keep my chest organized. Pinky promise that I'll attempt. It'll probably not turn out too great, but you know. A promise is a promise. And all I'm promising is to try. This dude's tall. Probably do not want to be going through this forest. I wonder what the best way of traveling by donkey is. Or not by donkey, by camel is. I'm sure the right answer is use that string in the slime balls I have to make a lead and then just lead him on. But, you know. He's so cool. And they're llamas. I remember them adding those to the game. I'm still shocked that they added those to the game, but I was there when that happened. Did I already get this ruined portal, or is this a new one? And this is new. It looks new. Here. Watch my back. He's gone already. Well, I certainly wouldn't have left 2 golden apples and a silk touch gold shovel. Well, maybe I would have left a silk touch gold shovel. I mean, a silk touch gold shovel's kind of neat. What would I do with it? I guess there are silk touchable grass block types. No gold block, though. 2 golden apples, though. Alright, that gives me the confidence to eat one of my golden apples now. Whoop, I always like to right click with something else. I don't want to double eat my apples. Because the regen doesn't stack linearly. It just resets the status effect. The reason for that is because if you could just drink potions or eat golden apples to stack the duration of effects, then there would be no detriment to like strength 2 potions. You would just brew a bunch of them and just chug, chug, chug before going into combat, and you'd have strength 2 for like 20 minutes. They stacked linearly. So it always just resets to the next highest value of that, or the next longest duration of that potion effect. Or no. It always just resets the duration. So let's say you had strength 1 for 8 minutes, and now you were on 5 minutes of it. And then you drink a strength 2 potion, only lasts a minute and a half. You'll end up with just, what did I say the second one? Strength 2 for a minute and a half. You'll end up with strength for 2 for a minute and a half. But if you had strength 2 for like a minute and 20 seconds and you drink a strength 1 potion, that lasts 8 minutes, you'll get 8 minutes of strength 1. So you don't want to double eat the golden apples because, well, the golden apples aren't going to stack like that. Makes 2 leads, huh? Goodbye, sandstone. Hardly knew you. I wonder if he's unleadable because I wonder if he's unleadable when he's sitting or how that works. I think he's leadable while sitting because he just got up. But this is definitely just fast. Listen, he's not the fastest man, but you gotta admit, dude's cool as hell. I remember my ancient days of Age of Empires 2. I love these camel dudes. Were they amazing? I'm sure they were better than I ever used them for. They were expensive the way I played the game. I love these guys. They made funny sounds. And I mean, I guess camels just make kind of funny noises, huh? Make these fun noises. They would go around and they had this great animation. Yeah, Mamelukes. And some of them would like throw swords and stuff. Dudes were sick with it. I remember I tried to name myself Saladin because that was in Age of Empires 2 was the 3rd campaign. Got my new computer, I think, which was a hand-me-down from my sister. Or no, maybe I just tried to change the name, but I tried to nickname myself to like Saladin with the full name. Well, broke the lead already. Good thing I'm looking back pretty constantly. Did it break because he sat down, or did it? Where did the broken lead go? I thought I saw it. Oh no, it's on this side. It might have broken because he sat down. Because when he's sitting, I have to wait for him to get up. But I tried to nickname it Saladin because that was the 2nd campaign, or 3rd campaign of Age of Empires 2. Because there's 5 campaigns. The first one's a tutorial campaign. And the tutorial campaign is William Wallace. And the 2nd campaign, which is the first real campaign, is Jeanne d'Arc, or Joan of Arc, or Jeanne of Arc, however you want to pronounce it. Jeanne d'Arc is how I know it, because that's how they said it in the campaign. Jeanne d'Arc! And they had, like, tons of fun. I'm pretty sure some of the characters were just made up. Like, I know because of Fate, I know that Gilles de Rais is real. I also know that he's a terrible motherfucker, but if he was in there. My name is Gilles de Rais. I am a knight from Lyon. That was the Age of Empires 2 quote, not Fate. In Fate he goes, I will show you the greatest cool ever. He's a very fun character to listen to. But there was my favorite character from the Jeanne d'Arc campaign was, let me finish the first thing I was saying. I tried to name myself Saladin in all caps, and for some reason all caps decreases the amount of characters that showed up in the multiplayer. Maybe I put like a word before it, but it was just in all caps. It just said salad to everybody else. I think I might have put like the awesome first because I misspelled awesome. Unless my sister was the awesome. So I think I was like the awesome Saladin, but I misspelled awesome, and then only salad showed up. Something like that. It had to be something of that nature. We're not getting through these woods, man. But that campaign, there was one of my favorite quotes from any video game ever is still, I'm pretty sure he's made up, but there's this champion with a sword, and he shows up by himself. And he goes, "My name is Lahir." Uh, my favorite quote from him is, "The blood on Lahir's sword is almost dry." And and he doesn't say it like you're just walking down the path. And I remember as a kid thinking, this guy totally betrays us because he's so bloodthirsty. So I put him on a transport ship and just put him somewhere on his own on just the side of nowhere. Normally, when you're just generating an area and you hear monster sounds, this is large, dark. Could just be that we're generating the caves. Sometimes, if you hear monsters spawn just as you generate in terrain, it means a monster spawner because it's been too fast. But between the combination of difficulty and oh my god, I can't pull you through here because you're too tall. Can I ride you through the woods? No. Yeah, no, you just don't fit. You're such a big boy. But I love the Lahir quote. Very fun campaign. Ah! Shit. Well, I mean, mark it on your bingo boards, everybody. Taking damage to suffocation because I was riding a camel. That wasn't on your bingo board. It really should have been. I also think I'm just going back in the direction I came from earlier. So you know what? We'll just decide this is base camp. I'm going to take way too much damage if I try to nitpick it. Never mind, the world is on fire here. It's a bad omen. But yeah, that game had a lot of fun things. The second campaign was the Saladin campaign. The Saladin campaign was also pretty fun. I didn't know much about Saladin, and later in my life I didn't learn anything from Fate. Same tree. Same motherfucking tree. You come through here. It's a good thing I still had absorption. Yeah, but Saladin, I never learned much about him from Fate because there's no Saladin Fate. Or there could be a Saladin Fate I just don't know of. Thankfully, you don't suffocate through leaves, so I can walk through. I do not trust this big ass tree, man, because it has these low hanging branches. There's that spider again. Can I leap up this? How about from this angle? I'm becoming a hassle, big guy. But Saladin campaign, I never learned much about Saladin from Fate. I don't know of Saladin from Fate, if there is one. I mean, I don't know him. But I learned about him separately in my own research on the guy. It's funny that he's probably one of the greatest generals from that region ever, but because of his like bearing and birth, like a Kurd or something like that, or maybe he's not a Kurd and the Kurds hate him, something around that nature. I think he's a Kurd, but he's one of the greatest generals from that region to have ever been. And his own people, or the people there, just never accepted him as one of their own, just because of who he, like, his birth and his belief system, which is just wild to me. And just for like how remarkable, I mean, stories are always like exaggerated, but here's one of the stories about Saladin. So, he was such an oppressive enemy that his enemies hired assassins to kill him. And they hired like 7 or so assassins to all sneak into his base. And the assassins were good, they got in. But then there was a problem. They got into Saladin's bedchamber while he was sleeping. Or no, I think it was 13 assassins. And Saladin woke up when the assassins came in, and he killed, right after waking up, he killed 12 of the assassins. Well, he killed like a few of the assassins, and the assassins started to run away. To which then he gave chase and killed all but one of them. And that last one was the only reason he didn't get the last one is because the last one was killed by one of like his generals or something. One of his lieutenant, one of his men had killed that last assassin. I mean, like, Mans was a Giga Chad. He did a lot, not to glorify war or anything, but like, if you're gonna, he's worth glorifying. You know what? I agree. That's the hilltop. Do you think we can make it there? If we make it to that hilltop, we're just gonna live there. You got the nice trees, nice set of cherry blossoms just waiting for us at the top of that hill. Through all our long adventuring on camelback from the desert. I lost my dogs, and now the priests of Anubis facing off against the priestesses of Bastet. It's a terrible, terrible life to lead. And here I am, riding away on a camel from the desert. Man's a trooper, though. Anyways, yeah, but Saladin campaign was fun. I remember doing over and over the first campaign of the fourth set, which was Genghis Khan. Okay, first camel, we're going to check out that room portal because that can have gold. And gold is shiny, and we love to devour it. Me and my homies love to eat our 24-karat gold apples. But I love doing the first mission of the Genghis Khan campaign, which my dad actually told me that if you go by the proper pronunciation, it's actually would be Chinggis Khan, which is interesting to think about. I mean, if you say Genghis Khan, everybody knows you're talking about Genghis Khan. If I say Chinggis Khan, pretty sure people are going to say, who the fuck is that? Are you talking about Genghis Khan? So, you know, being right doesn't always help. But Genghis Khan was the fourth campaign, and the first mission is like you have to do a certain amount of the missions. And one of the missions is quite literally like, oh yeah, you gotta choose. Like there's a certain amount of like side quests, and you go around doing a bunch of side quests, like protect this area, build something here, go to this area, get us 3 relics, blah blah, yada yada. And I remember, all right, Camel, we're gonna want to go the long way. I'm gonna ride you there. No, I'm not. We're gonna use the lead. Just don't break it, my friend. And I love that mission. And being an intolerable little child whose attention span was too low, never actually did the next mission, was like, oh, you're being hunted by all these people, just like go around the map, get your horde, blah blah yada yada. I never ended up finishing that campaign. You know, one of these days, you know what, I'll record it. And you know, I'm not gonna record the HD edition I have off Steam neither. Oh, there's a village over there. I want to get to those cherry blossoms. Go to the cherry blossoms for. Ah, shit, it's hard to get through. You know, we'll just swim. A lot of dynamic water here. You know, this is gonna be a great place to live. A flower forest, bees. Not afraid of bees, are you, big guy? Maybe a little bit from that reaction. But yeah, I never finished that one. And then I never ended up doing the Barbarossa one. I think it was Henry Barbarossa, the pirate, was the last one. Did you just sit on the water? Dude, that cannot be easy to do. Barbarossa campaign. And one day, you know what? I'll probably record myself doing it. I'll probably do the HD edition because it'll probably be just better. There's more cherry blossom trees just all along them. There's sunflower fields and beautiful ice mountain and a village in the fucking cherry blossoms over there. Yeah, no, I'm just gonna set up on those cherry blossoms. I want to build my own house. So I'm gonna go to that hill I first saw. I do have to be careful because I can just get killed in that biome, right? I just slip into the slush and I meet my happy little end. Giant cave. here to be worried about as well. But yeah, that had a lot of fun with that game. My favorite campaign I've ever done, though, even though the Jean d'Arc campaign was good, and the Saladin campaign was fun as well, has to be in Age of Empires 3. I own Age of Empires 4. I bought it thinking I was going to be super excited because I love the Age of Empires games, and 4 looked like it took a lot from 2, but had really good graphics. I still just never delved into it. I don't know, I just never had the vibe of just diving into it. They dropped like the petals on the floor? It was sick. Don't smother me. And there's all this going on. Okay, maybe I don't live on this specific set. You know? Maybe where that village was. Maybe I go to that small village on that side, and I can build my house adjacent to the village. Assuming there are less faults in the sides of these mountains over there where I could just slip and fall once and end the end the run. But in Age of Empires 3, I'm not sure which campaign it is, but it's the hunt for the Fountain of Youth. And you do a lot of fighting. I think you're the Spanish. And then or maybe you're fighting the Spanish? But eventually you reach the end. Is that a village or is that like a set of houses that generates in this biome? What biome is this anyways? This is, oh my, I can no longer read this. Cherry Grove, so it is. Yeah, there's a fault line here. Dang, you guys live like this? Yeah, time to get taxed for living in a precarious situation. I'm stealing right from you. Should have put a lock on that chest. But I was talking about the Age of Empires 3 campaign. The Age of Empires 3 campaign, you had to get to the Fountain of Youth, and then you had to get these big cannons to destroy the Fountain of Youth at the end. Spoiler alert. But you needed to get you got to use these giant-ass cannons from different perspectives to destroy the Fountain of Youth. So essentially the enemy couldn't get it. It was better off buried. Blah, blah, yada, yada. You know the gist. I'm sure you've had fun in your own head making up stories. And one of them was like, no, it's too dangerous. Apples! Wonderful. And yeah, no, I love that campaign. It was a lot of fun. One of these days, you know what I might go back and I might do? The Age of Empires. If I become more famous, I'll do an Age of Empires 2 campaign. I don't know how much more famous I have to be for more famous to be the metric, but more than I am now. I have a shovel. I have a shovel. Don't freeze to death. The diamond shovel. This is why we build it, ladies and gentlemen. Where's my camel? There you are, pal. No, they lured us in with their beauty, fault lines, slush, freezing to death. What a terrible day for rain. I do love the sinking into the snow and freezing to death thing. Super cool. Super terrifying. That has to be some people's like biggest fears, right? Probably shouldn't build on a cliff. It just feels like a bad idea. Here, you know what? I'm going to build down by that river. I'm going to have these beautiful cherry blossoms, these beautiful sunflowers, the beautiful river, village right over there, the flower forest. It'll be great. I'm not going to fall into one of these giant ass rifts in the ground. One disadvantage of all these beautiful caves being everywhere is the terrain generates like this now with big ass sinkholes. It makes the terrain more dynamic. It makes it terrifying. It's also hard to find just a flat ground to build on. We'll find a nice place to hunker down around here. Now, I'm no pro builder. And I usually bite off more than I can chew when it comes to building. But I remember the foundational teachings of my teachers. No checkerboard floors. Rule number 1. All of them wanted me to build a tree. I'm not building a tree in this. How you got judged, how good a builder you were, was by your ability to build a tree. I'm going to tell you right now, mine, I went through 4 teachers, so you can tell just how good my my tree building skills were. Yeah, I also threw my gold on the ground. That feels like the worst possible thing to throw on the ground. Now we're just creating a little place for my dude. I don't want it to be too compact. He's a big guy. He wants a little bit of freedom. Yeah, I'm not gonna... He doesn't get doors on all sides. But why'd I put the doors on this side? If not all sides, then just choose the other side. Put you back where you were. Flush with the terrain. Make an axe, for Christ's sake. Quickly cycle this so it doesn't despawn. Throw this on the ground. Oh, you have a space like this. Then we'll just use logs to fill in the rest of the space. Definitely not how I meant to have it be built, but you know. No, this is definitely not what I wanted. This is not my intent. Those doors are off by a bit. But you know what? Perfection is overrated. That's right. Oh, now that one. And that's unforgivable. There we go. Much better. You're joking. Dude, you're so big. There. I mean, it's a little spacious, and I can just walk in, I guess. That door's from just me. What the? This dude's so big. I don't have enough iron for this name tag yet. Bee just popped out. Hey there, little dude. Doing alright? Yeah, just vibing. Me too. We'll go ahead and make ourselves a chest and finally just begin dumping our junk into it. This is how it starts. I say, oh, I'll organize, but I need more chests and an actual base to organize. And here it all goes. I promise I'll organize later. Just not right now. Actually, I'm going to carry the bones just in case I ever do just see dogs. String can go, though. Should use cobblestone in the general. You got to keep wood on you. This is my food storage. We should definitely keep this on me at all times. Where's the sword I threw on the ground while picking up the axe? There we go. Inventory juggling is a fun sport. Put this here, keep the apples because that's an emergency object. There we go, inventory's looking a lot cleaner. How's the hat? Wonderful. Crisp. My Aqua Affinity helmet. Oh, that's probably why I was actually able to get that gold from underwater earlier. Ah. It was, of course, intentional, wasn't that? I'm going to have to come up with a name for you that fits. I want to name you just like Goldie because it's like, you know, buying UHC and gold's important. But, you know, it doesn't feel very personal. Saladin would be funny. Calling you Gregory because my friend Gregory actually has messed up legs. He's. I'm saying that as in like you didn't get hit by anything. He just has a birth defect that affects his legs. And you know he makes light of it all the time. I'm not trying to be a dick about it, so I could name him Gregory. I could just call him Big Guy. I've been calling him Big Guy. It doesn't feel very personal. I'll come up with a name for him. I sacrificed 4 dogs for him, so you know. But he's so cool. Making honey. Eventually, that might come in handy to me, having a dude producing honey over here. Oh, that seems like a great idea. Don't they apply like a small poison when they sting you? That seems like a wonderful idea. Piss off the bees right next to your house. Brilliant. I don't know what I'm thinking for the house yet. I'm going to try to follow a few of the basic teachings I had, build a small foundation, and then make sure like the foundation, like the structure, is the structure within the foundation, and blah blah yada yada. I mean, this is a nice view though for Minecraft terms, and you know, sun rises over that water. It sets just over a forest. There's not much to it, you know. And then just up this way we have our. Got a few horses over here. Might want to take one of those for him. We've got our nice cherry blossoms. There's a nice big ice mountain. There's also faults everywhere. This thankfully isn't very lethal, but let's still just in case. Just cliffs everywhere, pits to my death. Hey, look at this. It's not to my death, but still it's right next to my house. Gotta keep on my toes. I feel like I've made some progress, picked a place to finally settle down. I'll do some building next time, but I'm getting a little tired. You said it, buddy. This guy just gets me, man. But yeah, I'm gonna call it here. Nice little. I love your noises, man. Dude, everything about this camel is fantastic. And I'm gonna call it. We keep saying that. I'm gonna do it. I'm tired. I've had a good time. I hope you had a good time. I hope you're still content with using me as background noise as I talk about random things. And yeah, we've recovered a good amount of the HP after since the underground British baby incident. We've got a camel. We lost the dogs. Now somewhere 2016's biggest shooter has its map. The joke there being Temple of Anubis. And yeah, nothing more to be said. Next time I'll probably do a little bit of building, maybe some concept design, you know, picking my template, my palette. That's what it's called, not my template, my palette. Terraforming a little. I don't know what I'm going to do yet. I might not even start doing that next time. Next time I might just continue adventuring because adventuring on these in this game is just fun. It's mindless. But I should get some progress done. Like, you know, go actually mining. I have a little bit of an HP influx now. Did I put away 7 gold? All right. And I mean, I have a bow, I have a shield, I have some arrows, and I have 10 obsidian. You know what? Next time might even be time. Let me give myself some credit here. I have, in the past in UHC, done some nether rushing. Now, there was always a timer set on the nether where you couldn't do it before the grace period was over, the grace period being no PvP. But to get full iron and have a bucket and get to the nether within 10 minutes and then get potions. Now, normally you wouldn't get health potions because you wouldn't have the access to glistening melons, and in those UHCs you couldn't kill gas for gas tiers. Instead, gas could just drop gold. But the nether has some major advantages for us. I just remember that they added gold fucking everywhere. With this golden helmet of mine, I don't got to worry about the piglins. I mean, one slip into lava will spell my doom, but you know, the wither effect sucks as well. It's like poison, but it can kill you, and it also disguises your hearts. But you know, I'm a bit of a gamer. I don't like to build the nether portal too close to my... Here, let's set the stage for next time, shall we? Never like to leave things unfinished, after all. Oh, we're going to craft that twice. Because I need a little bit more than just the one. And 2 fences. Alright. Just a traditional portal. I know you can build them in fun shapes now, but I don't have enough obsidian for the fun shapes. Maybe later. We'll do some fun shape. Well, not too fun. Still gotta follow like the rectangular path. When they first announced it, I thought it was gonna be like those portals and I can't fix that. Alright, we're gonna go to that village nearby. Maybe there's redemption. For the audio only participants, I had exactly 10 obsidian, made the portal frame, and then gave the portal frame the upper left corner. And I do not have a diamond pickaxe. All of that obsidian had been gotten from ruined portals and from like blacksmith chests. So now I'm officially 1 obsidian short. Which is just hilarious. How did I manage that? I mean, I guess I know I managed. I wasn't paying attention. I just clicked. I think I was bragging about myself being in the nether, being a nether gamer. So I was king of the nether, of course. Is there a blacksmith? No blacksmith, really? I've condemned myself. But wait. While it's true there's no blacksmith, so there's no obsidian from that, I was just talking about the other way to get to the nether. I can just use some lava, baby. Now my portal will now forever have that corner as a sign of my mistakes. I also left my bed at my base camp, thinking that it wasn't as... There we go. I need this flint still anyways. It was all calculated. I want to come back here. Now let's try to get back to home base without dying. No, I did say like, oh yeah, I don't need to leave my bed on the ground. I can take it with me wherever I go. I also just realized I don't need to keep an extra. I didn't need to make that second craft of fences. I had. The bee ASMR was not necessary. No mobs are spawning by my house. Because my bed is also just sitting on the floor in the open. I didn't create any shelter whatsoever. Oh, that's my favorite mob. 2 Endermen and a skeleton, huh? Ah, 2 skeletons. And a creeper. I need to get away from that creeper. Something has decided that the skeleton should die. I'm not going to fix that creeper hole at the moment. That's a later me problem. Skeleton duel. I'll take winner. Put down my shield to hit the zone. I need to not hit the guy next to you, pal. Get to the bed. I have a bow. I shouldn't be so stingy with my arrows. But you know. We all do stupid things in the heat of the moment, Jimbo. Those Endermen are terrifying. I mean, I could kill an Enderman by sitting in the water and then just, you know, killing it overnight as it rushes me down. But there's always the fear that it just chooses one moment. There's a drown down there. That's cool. He can stay down there. But there's always that hint of a feeling that the Enderman's just going to choose to do what it doesn't want to do the most. And it just decides to, nothing personnel, jump into the water, hit me once, and then just kill itself. And I would rather not incur its wrath by any means. Oh no, I did need a second craft if I wanted to do this. Okay. I like to do this in case something... I like to do this in case something comes to the portal. I have packed ice, birch sapling, yellow dye, beetroot, sugarcane, fire, coral block. Do not spit at me. Pretty sure that actually does damage. Now I am tired, so I'm not going to delve into the deadly netherworld right now. But certainly the place for next time, I'd say. It's got gold. It's got dangerous fire. Pits to instant death. Gold. Nether wart. Blaze rods. Fiery death. And gold. Everything any UHC player wants. Potions and gold. But, yeah. I'm tired. I'm going to call it. We made up for that little mistake. It didn't need to happen. Didn't happen. Nothing ever happened. I'll name this guy eventually. Everything's going great. We're having fun. We're happy. I'm ending the episode.